Students, I hope you guys are doing really wonderful. This video is just going to be an overview of our syllabus for the course. I'm sure that you will want to skip through it, but you do have an assignment that is going to ask you questions about the syllabus. So it would be in your best interest to watch this or at least read the syllabus thoroughly. So this course is English 1101. We will be doing most of our coursework all online. If you are enrolled in the Plus section, then that will be meeting in person as of right now. We will see. Of course, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so things could change, but at least we know that everything else is online, so we don't have to worry about too much changing. I do have an office in LA 228, but I won't be holding in-person office hours probably unless you request them. Otherwise, just make an appointment and we can do virtual office hours, or I might be able to meet in person, but just request I won't be there. They don't want us in the office too much, so I won't be there for extended periods of time regularly. Your course objectives are to focus on strategies. You know what, I'm not going to read all of that because I feel you should read them, but they're basically just what the school determines this course to be. We're going to be focusing on rhetoric, writing, genre. We're going to do summaries, genre analysis, and we'll do one research paper. These are your course materials. This is the one textbook that you need. You can feel free to buy an online edition. I believe they are cheaper. You can feel free to rent. I'm not sure if older editions have all of the same things. So you might want to make sure you have the new one. But if for some reason you're missing a chapter or something because you got an older one, just let me know and we can probably work around it. And then this book here, this is the only thing that you will buy. I'm also very much okay with like sharing or, using the book at the library. That sort of thing is totally fine, but do be prepared. There is a possibility that the library may be closed or have restricted hours with COVID, so I would be ready to be able to do it from home. This Bad Ideas About Writing, this book is all online and it's free, and there's a link to it right here. It's all in PDF format, so we will be reading that. And then, of course, you're just going to need a place to get online and work on the course at home or wherever you plan to do that from. Technology, that's really all you need. You need to be able to have internet access is the main thing. We might do a couple of things on Google Docs, but usually you'll have the option if you want to work on Word or Google Docs. And you need to obviously be able to access Moodle. Moodle runs best on Firefox, but you can typically use it on Google or Safari, but you might be limited in certain things. My grading, so I grade, let's skip for a second. I'm going to be following a labor-based grading model, which essentially means that I'm grading based on the labor of your work rather than just the quality. And it's about an 80-20 percentage, not about, it is 80-20. So 80% of all of your grade is going to come from just doing all of the work and having it be done on time and having it meet the requirements. Meeting the requirements does mean that it needs to have everything listed in the assignment guidelines. So if the assignment guidelines say that you need a thesis or 3 sources or whatever, meeting all of those is what I mean when I say meeting the requirements and making sure that everything is on time. If you turn everything in on time and follow the instructions, you will get at least an 80% in the course. So the goal in that is for you to relax a little bit and feel comfortable writing so that you can take some more risks in your writing and not be so afraid of failure. When we start the course, we'll watch some videos on that, and I just want you to be able to learn and explore without that fear. But there is a good amount of writing and work, so it's not necessarily an easy grade. You still have to put in the work, and you have to meet all the guidelines for all the papers. The other 20% of your grade will be based on quality, and all of your rubrics will be laid out like that. So you'll see as we start doing more assignments. We are doing a point system with the grades. So all of these points are going to be broken down into that 80-20 category, but because Moodle just operates better with points, and this is my first time grading on Moodle, I switched everything to a point system. Because I'm grading for the first time only on Moodle, please, if something looks wrong to you, reach out to me, like email me right away, because I have heard from other faculty that sometimes Moodle won't put in a grade correctly, or there could be like a typo, and then, like your 100 becomes a 0 in the grade book or something. And I might not notice right away, or I might just be looking at everyone's grade and not think much about it until the end. So if you see a grade and you're kind of freaking out about it, but you know that you did the work and you turned it in and you feel like it should be a pretty good grade, then please just email me and ask, and we'll make sure that it's correct, or I'll at least let you know what happened. If you are struggling with your grade or getting things done, please just talk to me about it. Email me. I know maybe in an online class it can be a little bit more intimidating to reach out to me because you don't know me, or you haven't seen me in person. So I would like to do what I can to break that barrier for you. Please email me. Please send me a message on Moodle. Please set up a Skype time or whatever, Zoom. So we'll have a few papers. These are all going to be papers, and then assignments and discussion boards. There's no attendance because everything is going to be online. So you'll have 15 discussion boards, and I don't know how many assignments. I want to say it's 5. That will include quizzes and everything on Moodle. So my late paper policy is if your paper is even just a day late, you will not be able to get more than 80% because I'm doing a labor-based grading. And so a lot of that grade weighs on just getting things done on time and following all the criteria that I've asked. So if your paper is 3 hours late, you will get the highest you'll be able to earn is an 80%. After 1 week, 7 days, I won't take your paper at all. It will be a 0. So just know that. Please get your papers turned in on time. If you have an extenuating circumstance, you're in the hospital or a family member or something happens, please email me before the paper is due, at least before the time it is due, even if it's the day before, and then we can set up an extension. But if you email me afterwards, there's a lot less that I can accomplish. Let's see. Emails, you can expect me to respond to emails within 24 to 48 hours. Occasionally on the weekend, I might be unreachable, but usually I can still respond to my email. But if we have something, a lot of your assignments are going to be due on Sunday nights. So do know that if you're waiting until the weekend to do them, it might be harder to get a hold of me. Let's see. There's information about the ADA here. Know that it's important for my classroom to be equitable. I want you to all have equal opportunity to learning. So if something feels impossible to you or you want another way to do something, please talk to me about it and we can make a plan for that. Please note plagiarism. Don't copy and paste things from the internet. We'll go more in depth into citing and what citing is and what plagiarism is when we get closer to our first papers. But obviously you know that you can't turn in a paper that someone else wrote. But plagiarism also includes using quotes without acknowledging who said that thing originally, or using a part of a source without acknowledging who originally wrote it. So please keep that in mind. There are pretty strict rules about that at the college. This is a list of resources: counseling, food, veteran services, writing center. Please access and use all these sources. They're provided by the school. Please, if you're dealing with anxiety or depression or anything, go to the counseling center. They're wonderful. We do have a food pantry on campus, and there's a link to it here. The veteran center is also wonderful. They have a dog that lives there if you just want to hang out with the dog. And the writing center is also great if you want some extra help with papers. And then we have our schedule, which I won't go too much into detail with because you will get a video every week kind of breaking down what we're going to be doing in the class. But you have everything. Also note that everything on the schedule could possibly change if things happen with the pandemic, or if I feel that we're not quite ready, I might move dates around. But this is the tentative schedule, and my hope is that we will stick to it pretty closely. And there's a bunch of dates and all of that. So I'm very excited to be working with all of you, and hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about the syllabus or something in this seemed unclear, please let me know if you feel that one of the policies I didn't explain well enough. Just send me an email and I can post some clarifying things. Remember that if you are thinking that something is confusing, probably at least 3 other people in the class are thinking that. So please don't be shy about reaching out and asking me.